Clarke's third law states that any sufficiently advanced piece of technology is indistinguishable from magic. And I'm here to tell you that the Insta360 One X camera is basically magic. I'm James Bruce, you're watching MakeUseOf.com, and in this video we're going to take a look at exactly what makes the Insta360 camera so special. Wait, Insta360, does that mean we're reviewing a 360-degree camera today? Are we seriously still doing that? Is that a thing? Oh, fine. See, the truth about 360-degree cameras is that 360 video has really failed to find a market for itself. And I say that even as a huge VR fan. The truth is that standing in a 360-degree video flat bubble just isn't that compelling. Now, of course, it has found some niche use cases, things like Google Street View, for instance. That's pretty cool, but that's just a static image. It's not actually a video. There just hasn't been a compelling use case for a 360-degree video camera until now. See, the thing about the Insta360 One X is that although you're going to shoot 360 video with it, you're not actually going to output 360 video. Eh? Yeah, that's right. Instead, it just gives you a huge amount of creative freedom and then throws in a bit of literal magic. There's no other way to describe it. It is magic. To be clear, nearly everything you're seeing on this video, except for where I'm obviously showing you the camera, was filmed on the Insta360 One X, the newest 360-degree camera that's taking social media and YouTube by storm. And it's easy to see why. I don't say this often, but this thing is amazing. So what makes it so magic? The first thing and the main thing is that the target output of what you're making with this camera is not 360-degree video. Instead, you're simply going to film in 360 and then point the camera later. They call this free capture. Shoot now, point later. Not only that, but you can dynamically change things like the field of view as well to widen it out or restrict it back in, as well as changing the video format to things like vertical or square video to suit whatever your output is. So this means that you can easily switch between using it as a selfie camera like this to showing a panning shot of your surroundings. And this is something that would have been incredibly difficult to do if you had just a normal action camera. You would have either needed some sort of gimbal to be held and then do some careful panning shots, or you would have needed like a cameraman. So the creative freedom it gives you is immense. The second bit, and this is something I find really incredible, is that right now you're probably wondering, well, who's holding the camera for me? Where is the camera? How is it? Have you got it on a drone or something? Is it floating in front of you? Nope. The thing is, I'm just holding it out on a really long selfie stick. And the software of the One X is then photoshopping out, for want of a better word, that selfie stick in the editing process. It looks amazing. You don't even know there's a stick there because it's been edited out. It's very clever. The third great feature is motion stabilization, which they can do because there's a 6 degree of freedom accelerometer on the camera, which they use the data from to stabilize. So no matter what motions you're doing, what action you're getting up to, the footage will be stable. The fourth incredible bit of magic, and this is by no means an exhaustive list of the features that this camera offers, is something called bullet time. Now, those of you who are old enough to remember the original Matrix movie will know that this was a special technique involving a circle of cameras around the subject, which would then shoot and produce a sort of slow motion circling effect. It's very cool, and this camera does it. Now, to do this on the Insta360 One X, you simply attach the spinning tripod handle and rotate it around your head. Now, in bullet time mode, you do get a bit of a resolution hit. It's not going to look as good as the normal footage, obviously, because you're in a high frame rate. However, it's going to make for some pretty cool Instagram shots. So if you haven't already gone down to the description to hit the buy link for this camera, I'd be pretty shocked, to be honest. But it offers more incredible features like dynamic speed ramps and time shifts. And moreover, it makes it all really easy to do with the included software for both desktop clients and mobile. And of course, you can combine all the effects, such as the smooth motion panning and the speed ramps, so you could speed up with your forward shot, slow down and pan the camera up again, then pan back and speed it all up again. And in reality, all you've done was to walk around with this thing held out in front of you. On top of that, you even have some quirky little modes like this tiny planet thing you should be seeing right now. It's kind of weird, but I like it. So when you put it all together, you've got this pretty incredible little package. Now, unless you're a vlogger or a travel blogger, it's probably not going to be your main camera, but at the very least, you're going to get some fantastic B-roll footage out of it. And I think I'm confidently correct in saying this thing has just killed the action cam market entirely. And of course, if you do really want to output or live stream 360-degree video, well then you can, and this is the best consumer level 360 camera that's going to do that. But I'm not going to dwell on the 360 features because, like I said, I don't think that's the main selling point of this device. It's really all in the post-editing and the creative freedom it gives you. Now, there are both desktop and mobile apps available, as I mentioned, although the desktop app is lacking slightly in features. For instance, the latter half of this review I've done on the mobile app in order to make use of the Smart Track feature, which you don't get on the desktop. On the flip side, on desktop you have hardware rendering support, so it's going to be a lot faster to output the video. Now, the only downside to this device is the battery life. It is ridiculously short, to be honest. While I was recording this review, after about 20 minutes of speaking, it just cut out. So take that as 20 minutes continuous recording you'll be able to get. If you're conservative with what you record, you'll probably get an hour, maybe an hour and a half of on time, but certainly not continuously recording. Now, there are spare batteries available and you can get an external charger, which you will almost certainly want to do. While this is without a doubt the best action camera you can get, it isn't out of the box waterproof. So if you want to make it waterproof, you'll need to buy the additional case. So factor that into your purchase. So the Insta360 One X costs about $500, including the selfie stick, which is available separately. You're going to want to get that because you're really missing out on a bit of the magic if you don't. So who is this camera for? Well, having used it for the last couple of weeks, I would say actually it's for anybody. Even if you're just taking videos at a family occasion, there's no need to designate dad as the official cameraman anymore. You can give this to anyone, and even if they're pointing it in the wrong place, well, it doesn't matter where they're pointing it because you can point it later. The only reason I can think of not buying the One X model right now is that they've literally just launched a new model called the Insta360 Evo, and that has a sort of split lens design, so you can split it apart and then take VR videos. That is stereoscopic 180 degrees. So if you're looking to output for a VR market, then I would, as I said, suggest staying away from the 360 format and instead switching over to stereoscopic 180 degrees. And the new model will be great for that. But if that's not your main market, you're not going to be going for VR at all, forget about that one. The stitching isn't quite as good, so the quality you're going to get out of the One X will ultimately be better. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you found this review useful. I hope it's helped you make a decision about whether or not to buy the Insta360 One X. I think it's magic, and I hope you do too. If you disagree with me, or if you just don't like my face, I get a lot of that recently, then hit me up in the comments and we'll talk about it. Until next time, thanks for watching.